So, hey, I just want to thank everybody that's able to come out, the veterans here on Veterans Day.
Gentlemen, y'all going to take the firearms off the ground?
I don't have a firearm, sir.
Okay. Y'all need to take your weapons off the ground.
No, sir. We're not breaking any laws.
You're not allowed to have your weapons up here on the ground.
According to what, sir?
This is the last time we'll take.
No, sir, please tell me what law I'm breaking.
Okay. Sir, please take your weapons off the ground.
What, but under what authority are you telling me to
This time,
leave?
turn around, sir. You're under arrest.
Turn around.
Oh, for what?
Turn around.
Turn around.
Hey, you're assaulting.
Turn around.
I'm not
You're assaulting a
Turn around. You're under arrest.
Hey,
you're under arrest, sir. You're under arrest. Don't resist. Do not resist.
Hey, don't fucking break my arm.
Put your arms behind your back, sir.
They're behind his
Do not
back.
resist.
They're behind his back.
I'm not resisting.
Happy Veterans Day.
They're behind his back,
Do
brother.
you realize that I'm a veteran here?
It's pretty clear.
Oh, you are?
Yes, sir.
You took an oath?
Come check your
I'm
weapon.
wearing my Air Force logo proudly right here on my arm right here.
Okay, do you realize that I'm carrying a toy?
Happy Veterans Day.
Did you even bother to check?
Is that a toy? Is that real?
They just went straight
No,
to
you said
assaulting
take my
you. He said he
weapon off.
wasn't
They
carrying a firearm. Hey, keep your hand off that weapon, officer. He said he wasn't carrying a firearm.
Happy Veterans Day.
I'm not carrying a firearm.
Hey, he's not carrying a firearm.
He's not carrying a firearm.
Are you dumb?
What is
Are you retarded?
What is your name and badge number?
Are you
Where are
dumb?
you taking our friend?
I'm not carrying.
Under what are you arresting him for?
He's not even carrying a firearm.
One veteran down, 20 more to go.
This is how they treat veterans in the Capitol.
One veteran down, 2 to go.
He's not even carrying a gun. You guys haven't even checked.
You guys are bullies, is what you guys are. Status bullies.
Thugs. Thugs with badges.
It wasn't even a real gun.
It's not even a real gun.
We're going into the Capitol, brother. We got the No, it's not.
This is public property.
You're lying.
Did you say closed temporarily?
It's not. You're full of crap, dude.
Are y'all proud of yourselves? Y'all just arrested him for a fake gun.
He didn't answer the question.
You don't have to answer. You don't have to answer it. Are you proud of yourself?
To ask you for your identification.
I don't have to give you shit because I didn't do nothing.
Are y'all proud of yourself?
Similar same thing.
You proud of yourself for that?
Veterans Day.
I'm just giving you simple answers to what happened out there.
The Fifth
Okay,
Amendment
you
gives
proud-
us the right to not have to answer.
Hey, dude, you gotta let
Greg
us
Adler doesn't believe in what you guys are doing right now.
Hey, you gotta let us in here, man. This is public property. You just kidnapped one of us.
No person shall be held to answer for a capital otherwise than his crime.
Corey, go to the other side. This is our building.
Hey, brother.
Proud of yourself for arresting him for a toy gun?
I know.
Hey, you work for me, dude.
They're not letting the public in the public building because they're thugs. They're puffing their chest out.
You proud?
Don't assault him.
Fake gun, you
Don't
proud?
assault him. You hear that? Why did you assault him, officer? That to you, I'd be in jail. Why did you assault him, officer? Oh, God, brother. Excuse me, officer. Why did you just assault him?
Did you serve the military?
They don't.
Who took a note to the
We're asking you a
Constitution?
question, officer.
Who took a note?
tape, too.
Who took a note to the Second Amendment? I'm a note
Like to
keeper.
arrest people for carrying guns. We're big fans.
You work for me, right? Let me in
The
that
rights of the people to bear arms shall not be infringed. It shall not be.
Hey, the doors on the other side are open. Let's go.
Y'all wanna go to the other side?
Shall not be infringed. You guys took an oath to the Constitution.
Hey, there's a bunch of veterans on the other
Article 6, Section 2 says the Constitution is the supreme law of the land.
You know y'all are just creating
Article
lawsuits
6,
for
Section
us.
3 says that they swore an oath and they shall abide by it, which they are breaking their oath
Are we
right
going
now.
in or are we going to the other side?
Oath breakers right now. Read the Constitution. Read Article 6, Section 2.
Toy guns.
Read Article 6, Section 2 of the Constitution.
Don't you fucking touch me.
Veterans Day.
Toy guns. Not real.
I'm gonna do that. And I said, I'm telling you right now, these are on too tight. You are injuring me.
And he did never loosen them.
Yeah, and I kept, the whole way down the hallway, I kept telling him that. You guys are injuring me for no reason. You guys are injuring me for no reason. I'm not resisting. You can loosen up these cuffs. And so as we walked down, got in this elevator, and there was a group of people getting out. And I says, oh, hey, watch these guys, they'll arrest you. You know, and so every time I passed somebody in the hallway.
Did you still have your gun on you?
No, when I got inside, I just kind of like put my legs together and let it fall down. And then I told him, I says, you guys realize you just arrested somebody for having a toy, right?
Did they ever realize that? Or not?
I told him that even before I got stuck in the building.
We heard.
And And we get in there, and he's like, well, I didn't know that. I says, well, you know, how about that thing called police work where you ask questions and find out what it is I'm carrying? Because I told you it wasn't a weapon, and I told you it wasn't a firearm.
We all were trying to.
And so the whole way back there, come to find out, one of those guys is a recently retired veteran himself. And I was like, oh, what, you didn't get enough power tripping in the military? You got to come out here and arrest other vets for carrying toys? And so, of course, I gave him the whole Oath Keeper speech about the fact that, you know, you guys are sitting here arresting people just because you see what looks like a gun now. You're not even arresting people for guns anymore. Now you're arresting people for what looks like guns. And, of course, you know, they pretty much said, well, you know, you could have told us that information. I said, well, you could have asked, but I also told you that information.
CJ.
Yeah. And I says, you realize you just arrested the president of Open Carry, Texas?
They knew that.
And I said, do you know how this is going to look, that you arrested the president of the organization when he wasn't even carrying a firearm? And then they kept telling me, because they had these cuffs on so tight, and my hands were like, they were kind of weird the way they had me cuffed in some weird way. And I kept telling them, man, it's like, you can see like it's bulging out right there. And so they kept telling me to sit down. I said, I can't sit down like this because of the way my back is and the way you have these handcuffs are. You got to release them, you know, loosen them up a little bit. And it took them probably about 15 minutes before they finally let me out of the cuffs, and then they put them in front of me for a little while. But no, they didn't. They put them back behind me, and all they did was take off my watch and move them down further. But once we got in the room, they kept asking me if I've got any deadly weapons on me. I says, well, no, you've got them handcuffed. So I told them not to hang themselves on my shoelaces or get a paper cut with my business cards, you know, because I'm a really dangerous guy.
Safety briefing.
I gave them the whole safety briefing. You know, don't drink and try to you know, enforce the law.
Power tool safety.
So, yeah, absolutely. So, but I mean, you know, these guys didn't care. And then they're in there trying to figure out what they're going to charge me with. And I said, well, if you're looking for the statute, 3005 is what you guys told me out there, that it's criminal trespass. And then while I'm sitting inside the police station, they pull out the big old thick law book and start thumbing through it trying to find stuff. And so that's when they got the criminal trespass, and then they said resisting arrest. And so it is what it is, but I mean, we've got cameras ourselves there, so I'm not.
Man, you missed a big show after they kidnapped you. You missed a lot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it got pretty intense after you got. We walked all the way around the front, and we walked to the side, and they started ganging up on us. So then we moved to the front, and then they didn't know what to do, so they moved in for the kill. And they arrested that other dude, and did they handcuff you or just?
Yeah, I did.
They did. Did they handcuff you at all?
Handcuffed me. They put me in a power position like that. I said, so I guess you're gonna arrest me now, and they said, you know, yeah, you're not gonna leave the cabin. So I'll walk
they checked everybody.
He played with mine for like 3 minutes.
They fucked with your dad too. They came out to your dad, and your dad said, "I'm a reenactor," and they said, "Well, you can't." And he goes, "Well, them guys over there are holding guns too."
Yeah.
And he goes, well, they're reenactors. And he goes, well, so am I. And then
he was even wearing the.
You know who got him? Who got him good was AJ, because AJ said, "What? You know, you arrested him for a fake gun." And they're like, "Well, okay." And he goes, "Look, that dude over there, he's carrying a gun too." And the cop looked, and he goes, "Well, that's not a real gun. That's a fake gun." And we're like, "Yeah, that's what you just arrested CJ for." And he's like, "Oh, I ain't got time to talk to you anymore."
Yeah, of course.
And we got it all on film.
Yeah. Anyway.
He said he couldn't tell the difference between this one and a real.
Oh, yeah, he pulled his out too. And the guy was looking at it, and he couldn't figure out. The young guy.
They came straight for me. I mean, they didn't care. They didn't care if I was carrying like a Star Trek phaser.
They never said
arrest me.
They never said nothing to homeboy with the AK.
Yeah.
Never said a word to him.
And that's what I told him. I said, you realize that you arrested the guy with the toy, and you've let go of the people that actually had firearms and black powder revolvers, right? And he's like, well, our focus is on you. They're taking care of those guys. I said, I highly doubt it. And I said, where is everybody? You know, I mean, so.
They moved everybody out. They came up on us about 15. They cleared the whole area.
They were ready to come arrest.
They were ready to arrest all of us.
But the Travis County deputies were really cool.
Yeah, they were when we went up there.
Yeah,
too.
they were really cool. You know, they tried to give me that whole speech about, you know, do you really think you're helping your cause here? And I said, you know what I'm doing? I said, what I'm doing is I'm holding those police officers to their oath and to their duty. Their duty is to enforce the law. So I'm going to keep coming back here not breaking the law. And if they want to keep arresting me for not breaking the law, then that's what they're going to have to do. Although I don't think we can afford to keep doing that. But
yeah, yo is 720 right now.
Yeah. Was it 720?
Yes, sir.
I thought it was 550.
It was 720. It's out of the area and all that shit.
Oh my gosh.
And you gotta have to get the lawyer to sign, which I gave him the number and all. It's another $400 or $500, but if the lawyer signs up, we don't have to pay.
Did you talk to Edwin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I texted him.
He's been staying in touch.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been staying.